All right, we in here.
Oh,
You know what it is. In the Pocket Podcast, bringing you the best analysis on the net. Get it early before we get too big, and then we gotta charge you. Right now, it's free. Okay.
yes,
Got
indeedy.
me,
Yes, indeedy.
today the guy. Then we got
Sleeper King Jose, ready to rock and roll.
yes, sir. so we're gonna go ahead and get to it, man. Everybody here on the podcast is from the area. If you don't know what I'm talking about, DMV.
Yes, sir.
This weekend, this Sunday at 1 o'clock is the closest thing to a Super Bowl. Okay, we got the 4-1 Commanders, Jaden Daniels and the crew going crazy. Just found out what you say, most points in the league.
Yeah, average points for the league, number one.
Number one,
Yeah,
going
number one.
against Lamar Jackson, right up the street, 45 minutes up the road,
Battle of the
up
Beltway.
up BWI Parkway, straight in. I mean, it's literally one street. You could go straight up BWI Parkway, or you can take 95 and get to the stadium.
Right,
Right
right.
up the street. This is like two teams, east side, west side going against each other. So and they both are good. That's why this is a rare moment.
Yeah, I know, right?
Because
It's the Super Bowl.
both
It is the
teams
Super
are
Bowl.
good. Right, right.
Both of them.
Normally, it ain't like that. Let's see. Okay,
Yeah, you're
well,
going. You're
but
going,
look
you're going
at
against the number two offense. So Washington is number one offense on points per game with 31, and then you got the Ravens are number two with 29.4 per game points per game.
yeah, yeah. I mean, you got good coaches, good quarterbacks, defense. Washington played good defense against Deshaun Watson them last week. So, um,
Who
you
said that?
know,
So
let me
I
see.
was watching a podcast. I'm trying to forget. I'm trying to remember who said it. It's either the facility or the nightcap, right? They were talking about how um Jane Daniels and Lamar Jackson is like a comparison between Vic and Randall Cunningham. You know,
Mm,
so I was like,
mm,
in reality, I was like, man, I can agree with that because Randall was smooth, tall. He just glided when he ran. Vic
mm-hmm.
was like, like almost like Barry a little
Right.
bit.
Yeah.
And when you look at both of them, they kind of play almost like that. I never really paid attention until I can't remember who said it, but that comparison is a real good comparison. That's crazy.
Yeah. Like Jaden Daniels is kind of smooth to me.
Yeah,
You
he's
know.
like that. Randall Cunningham, smooth, can run. Like he throws before running. Like he don't really want to run, but he can run. Where
Mm-hmm.
Lamar can run, wants to throw. So I was
Yeah.
like, man,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's gonna
Yeah.
be a
Yeah. I
gonna be
mean, it's the highest points on the board right now, predicted by Vegas. The over under is 51. I'm sorry, it's not the highest. The highest is Detroit and Dallas, but Washington is next at 51 and a half. And they got Baltimore as a 6.5 point favorite. I don't know. That's a lot of points. That's a lot of points. Um, but I don't know. It's 6.5. 6.5. I don't know about that one. You talking about Washington, but I guess they looking at who is Washington beat though.
right.
Beat Cincinnati. We dominated Cincinnati to me. They went to overtime with Cincinnati. You know,
True, true.
Baltimore.
But see,
You know,
Baltimore don't have a secondary. The only person on Baltimore that I'm really worried about is um Lamar, then Henry, then Likely. Everybody else, I'm not really you're okay. It's likely it's just he's a mismatch, man. That tight end, he's a monster, man. I really think he's gonna be one of the top tight ends in the years to come. Like his athleticism and just the way he's a ball hawk. Like he's always around the ball and he's always scoring. Like I trying to figure out who he remind me of, but I think he's supposed to be what Kyle Pitts was supposed to be. And then Derrick Henry, man, it's kind of hard, man. It's hard to tackle a 6'4", 6'4" running back or 6'5" running back. Come full speed, and you don't want to be on that highlight reel on the stiff arm.
Right. Yep. So when we look at this game, coaching wise, I mean, you got John Harbaugh. We know who he is. You know, you got Dan Quinn. Let's see who we got on the offensive defensive coordinators here. Well, we already know about Klingberg, but not really any Todd Monken, play caller for the Ravens. Any relationship between them, Dan Quinn or Kingsbury? I don't think so.
No. Well, Quinn and Kingsbury?
Yeah, I'm just trying to see if it's any.
No, so Quinn's a defensive-minded player. Right? I mean, defensive-minded coach, right? Well, he knows the formula is this. Since he knows he can control the defensive side, right? He doesn't call the plays, but he's a defensive-minded, so he knows how to run that. What he does is he finds the brightest and smartest offensive coordinator, and that's how he wins a lot because he had Kyle Shanahan. He had Kyle Shanahan as his offensive coordinator, and he took him to the Super Bowl, right? Cliff Kingsbury right now on the second time around as a head coach. All of a sudden, he's out the gates. So he learned. If you really think about it, right? Most of the offense right now, that's really doing well. Majority are offensive coordinators as head coach. It's hard to find a good defensive coordinator. I mean, a defensive coach, head coach, that has a good offensive coordinator. Look at the success from D'Amico Ryans. He got slow it, right? He has a good-minded, young-minded offensive coordinator. Oh shoot, I got the thumbs up. You got the Saints, right? The Saints got Kubiak with Erickson as the defensive-minded coach. Yeah, so I mean, I really think the play design is going to be the one that's going to do. Like, it's the style of play is what's going to win. So Ravens, if they get to the point where they're playing, the ground game, I think they'll win it out. Washington is more of like the now age of throwing. We just throw. We want to open up the throw, run the ball, and so forth.
Yeah.
We're not gonna pound. We're not really gonna pound it, but we'll do some slick runs with it, some pro reads. That's the advantage I give to the Ravens is that they're grimy.
Yeah, they let's see what the O line and D line looking like. Hold up, we put that in real quick. Let's see here. Copy. Bam, bam. So right now, the O line, D line advantage is going to the the Ravens just by a little bit. It's showing that the defensive line for Baltimore is better than the offensive line for Washington. So
Yeah, I can see that.
so that could create an issue for the rookie. But having that mobility back there, is definitely going to help.
But
What worries me with this though?
Was that?
It's just it's I hate to bring up old times, but if you remember when RG3 got hurt, who was he playing?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. It was a
You know
low
what I
nine,
mean?
right?
Huh?
I think
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
a low
yeah,
nine that hit him, and it was after the
yeah.
play. The play was down. He just threw him. Man,
I would say Jaden Daniels slides a lot more than RG3.
yeah.
So I think that's a good thing.
But RG3 was quick to run. You know,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, he was quick to. If he panicked, he was gone.
right.
But the thing is, okay, but you got to also put in this aspect, right? I think Lamar Jackson against the NFC team is like 12-1, I think. Let me find that out. That is a big factor.
Yeah, because I was actually going to see what was Dan Quinn's. Did the Cowboys play the Baltimore last year?
Oh yeah. He's 20-1 against the NFC. Sorry, 21-1 against the NFC.
Against the NFC or the NFC East?
NFC. The NFC, not the East, just the NFC.
What?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
He's 20-1. I'm trying to find out who he lost to. All right, the one loss was in 2022, October 16th. Oh, that's close. Well, it's going to be on what? The 20th? The 19th? Oh, we winning this one. We winning
said
this.
His last loss was when?
His last loss against the Giants and the NFC team, 24-20, right? On October 16th, 2020. I mean, October 16th, 2022, right? This this Sunday is what? The 19th? No, this
this
Sunday
is
is what?
12th. The 12th, and then next week is the 19th.
So this Sunday is the 13th.
Oh yeah, we went. I'm sorry. Yeah. Oh, you did? Oh, because it's gonna be 1 year ago.
2 years ago, on the 2022.
2 years ago. That's crazy.
2 years ago. So he is 20-1 against the NFC. God. $21-1. Dang, since 2020. Who you think? What you think with that?
I mean, that's a hard stat to beat right there. That's a tough one. Again, I thought you were saying the NFC. Were you saying the NFC East?
No, not the East.
I mean, I thought you were saying right. You saying all the NFC. That's crazy.
Dang. I mean, he's only lost once, but he lost to the Giants. I wonder who he had on the Giants 2 years ago. Giants wasn't that good 2 years ago.
Okay, yeah, I can't think that. Maybe
I'm gonna put NFC East. Let me see. I mean, regardless, he's 21-1. He only lost one East team.
That's crazy. That's a crazy stat right there.
So I think that's why they gave him probably 6 points, maybe.
Yeah, 6.5, man. I mean,
I'm checking Reddit right now. See what they say. Man. And they won 24-20.
hmm. And you saying Lamar Jackson or you saying the Ravens? Like he wasn't out that game or something?
They just say they're saying Lamar Jackson against NFC teams, he's 21-1.
Wow.
Like
That don't look good for us.
he's 21-1. I'm trying to see who he played. Oh, 21-1. Yeah. Okay, I got the stats. All right, so I mean, he played New Orleans, Carolina, Atlanta, Tampa Bay, Arizona, Seattle, Rams, San Francisco, Washington, Philly, Dallas, Giants, Detroit, Minnesota, Giants, Tampa Bay, New Orleans, Carolina, Detroit, Arizona, Seattle, Rams, San Francisco, and Dallas. I would say for the majority, there's some bum teams, but him going against San Francisco twice, beating them, Dallas twice, beating them, Detroit, Rams, Seattle, Philly. It's amazing. Since 2018. Yeah. All right, we about to break that record.
I mean, it's gonna be tough. I know that's gonna be if they talk about that stat at the beginning of the game,
It's broken.
then that mean it is Washington gonna win. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Because they always this is like the kicker.
Right,
He
right,
hasn't missed
yeah,
in so long.
yeah. So if they talk about that stat at the beginning of the game, then go ahead and put your money on Washington.
All right, if we're talking about fantasy points on this game, like who do you think is going to be performing well on this game? So for the viewers who are trying to get their lineups from the game, players from the games and stats, since we're from the area, I don't know how many Ravens games you watch, but I watched a couple. And what you think?
See, are we gonna get the Ravens who was going against Buffalo, or we're gonna get the Ravens who was going against Las Vegas Raiders?
No, you won't get the one against Buffalo and Cincinnati, where they just run the ball. You're gonna get that. You're gonna get that offense.
Because see, if they do that, man, it's just Cincinnati got so many weapons, man. You know what I mean? Like you talking about Chase and Higgins. I mean Burrow dropped.
They don't got a secondary. Their secondary is their defense is ranked 11th. I don't know what the secondary is ranked.
Right, but my point is, I think Buffalo is a good team, but I think they don't match up against they didn't match up well against Baltimore, because they had some they didn't match up well against Baltimore because to me they don't have any star wide receivers like that.
Yeah, but they run the ball.
Who didn't run the ball?
Bills.
Yeah. I mean, because that's the thing. they didn't run the ball for one because they came out and they was down early. So I don't think that like I don't know if you can say that our run game is way better than the Bills run game. I mean, do you
Oh
agree with
yeah,
that?
our running game is better than the Bills.
You
You
think
know,
so?
listen, we're ranked number 2 in rushing. You know who's number 1? Ravens.
Baltimore. Yeah. I mean, ranked number 2, but is that including quarterback running yards? You know what I mean?
You can say the same thing with Ravens. It's including quarterback.
But I guess my point, what I'm trying to say is, um, we don't have as many weapons as the teams Baltimore been playing. I mean, like
Why not?
Terry McLaurin is not Chase. Terry McLaurin is not CD Lamb. You see what I'm saying?
But he is there. He's like what's the name? T. Higgins. T. Higgins went off on them.
Yeah, but you talking about T. Higgins is their number 2. Terry
Oh,
McLaurin is our number 1.
hold up. I'm about to pull up the Ravens real quick. Let me see something. Let me see this schedule. Oh man, we're gonna beat them. They had the Raiders beat them,
But
right?
that's what I'm saying.
No, look,
That's my point. Is
they had the Raiders beat them. Cowboys was 25-28, and then Cowboys came back in that game. Bills, they smashed the Bills because Bills don't have receivers or whatever. Washington has more receivers than Cowboys. It may not be like Lamar. I mean, like CeeDee Lamb is like a real high A, right? Terry is like a B, like a 1B, maybe. And then but see, they also got on that team, we got Zach Ertz, you got Zacchaeus, you got Noah Brown, De'Ami Brown, Zach Ertz, McCaffrey. Like, then not to mention our running backs is way back. Like, you got 3 running backs now. We actually have 4 running back rotation with the quarterback included. And they catch out the backfield.
okay, but here's the only problem. Hold on, let me look this out real quick. Here's the problem. What I'm trying to say is the Ravens. They have played Kansas City,
Yep.
Buffalo,
Yep.
Cincinnati, the Raiders, and who else they played? I'm missing one. Um,
Dude, Washington
oh,
played
the
against
Cowboys. The
Cincinnati.
Cowboys.
Okay.
Washington has. So to me, what I'm saying is they have played some really tough teams. This right here, Washington. Where does Washington rank amongst all those teams right there? Do you put us above Cincinnati? I guess we did beat Cincinnati.
Yep.
We did beat Cincinnati. So I guess you got to put us above Cincinnati.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean that is true. We beat Cincinnati.
We smashed the Cardinals that beat San Fran.
Yeah.
We beat the Giants that beat Seattle. I mean, Browns is really nothing but the Browns.
Yeah. But Baltimore has definitely had a harder schedule than we've had.
Oh, for sure. But that means we're more healthy.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's a lot. I mean, I think the key is I think we beat Cincinnati. They went to OT with Cincinnati, even though Cincinnati was more in the dire straits when they were going against them, like they really had to win that game. Um, so I don't know. It's tough. It's tough. It's tough. Ah, man, that's tough. I can't wait. I got to see that game.
I know, right? You don't know which. It's like a toss up. You really don't know.
Right.
I'm trying to figure out who has the better advantage. Okay, you said the D line is better on Ravens, right?
Yeah,
Against
the D line is ranked higher than our O line.
okay. What about their linebackers ranked against our running back?
That's a good question. Let's see. So their linebackers. They got an 85. They got pretty. That's pretty high for linebackers. Who their linebackers? Let me see.
Queen. Oh, I forgot who the. Who are you doing? Washington linebackers against Ravens running backs or running backs?
I'm looking at both. Well, I can tell you their running back is rated higher than our linebackers. I ain't even gotta look at the numbers.
How?
Derrick Henry. He
What I
should
mean,
he's what are you
we
talking
got
about?
we got Wagner and Luvu.
Oh, so they got
Oh, Rickon
Roquan
Smith.
Smith,
Yeah.
um Odafe Owe, Kyle Van Noy. Versus Bobby Wagner. But you gotta Rohan is better than Bobby Wagner. Um,
Yeah, but that's only one guy.
right, but we just looking at
All
then
right,
on
so
top of that we
but
got
our receivers got to be better than their receivers.
most likely, yeah. I mean, let me see. Terry McLaurin. So our highest rated. Okay, Terry McLaurin. No, let's see how I don't know. It's probably close though. I mean, yeah, they got definitely. Our wide receivers are
Yeah,
rated higher.
and we about to have the MVP. Jaden Daniels, the MVP. Future against the past.
I know that's the thing though. This could be like
The
a see
passing of the torch.
yes, but I think Lamar Jackson has got to prove like nah, it ain't that because I think they're gonna try to make that the narrative, and I think that's gonna motivate Lamar Jackson to be like that's this ain't that. This ain't no passing the torch. You got a while to be where I'm at.
I don't think it's gonna be I think this is gonna be between. I think the narrative is gonna be who has the better running game. Because you're going 1 and 2. Their passing game, like their passing game is. Let me see. So yeah, so total yards, you got number one. Ravens is number one in total yards, right, per game, and then you got Washington number 4 with total yards per game. it's the selling point will probably be the rushing game because you got two quarterbacks that run, and you got two running backs that's really running back committee and Henry. Because just like you said, you're not really fearing the wide receivers, right? On both sides. Really.
Yeah. Right. I mean, you got Likely, you got Zay Flowers, Andrews not having really been doing a whole lot.
I got McLaurin going for maybe I want to say $125.
I mean, yeah, I think that's definitely doable.
One touchdown.
Look at this. Look at this. What's Kingsbury record against the Ravens?
It has to be 0-something because Lamar is 21-1.
No, Kingsbury was. Oh yeah, you're right. You're right.
No, unless he was on the Giants staff. Unless he was on the Giants staff, then nah. All the odds are going towards the Ravens.
Right.
But I'm putting that the likelihood that, all right, you got 16, right, was October 16. So 10-16 was 10-16-22 was the year that the Giants won, right? It's 2024, right? And you got it's supposed to be 13 October 13, so 10-1-3-2-4. I'm telling you, man. Hold up. Calculator. Don't let me start playing numbers on y'all. So what about that one that Rodney brought up? What they say on that one?
That's what I was trying to pull up. It's hard to stats that unpredictable. I'm gonna share my screen. Let me see.
All right. All right, there we go.
All right, so rocking hot rod sent us this the website, told us to check it out. So let's take a look and see what they're talking about here. Unpredictable.com. So we on NFL. So they are giving us betting market rankings for the NFL. What does that mean? Betting market rankings. GPF. Generic points. What would you expect the team to be favored by against a league average opponent? The component of the team's. Okay. Projected C. Okay, so we was looking at. Let's just say we're looking at Baltimore. Yeah, man, I don't know. I'm trying to understand this. So they saying this is what you would expect the team to be favored by against the league average opponent on a neutral field, right?
Mm-hmm.
So with this, they saying they expect Baltimore to be favored by 5.3 against a neutral team. But Washington, to me, is not a neutral team. Why do they got Washington all the way down here?
Hold on, they playing in Washington or in?
They playing in Baltimore.
Oh.
This Pete. Pass strength of schedule 1.6. Negative 1.2. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like Baltimore has had the hardest schedule in the league so far. Oh, except for Minnesota. Minnesota's had the hardest, and then it's Baltimore. Washington is at a little below the average strength of schedule.
Mm.
But I guess my question is, how do you use this? Is this saying what are they comparing it against? Okay, I get it. This is the generic points favorite, but if I click on this, does it give me something? It's just the average of all of this, 5.3. I don't know.
I don't think it's including this upcoming game. I think that's what it's been so far.
Probably that's what I'm thinking. So that would make sense. So if you take 5.3 and add and subtract -0.4, then you add 5.7, and the line is 6.5. So right now, they saying you should take Washington. According to this, what I'm assuming is this thing right here is saying you should take Washington, and I'm
For
pretty
the
sure that's
for
what
the bet or for the win?
for the bet for the bet. Meaning 6.5 points is too high. It's they saying Baltimore gonna win by 6.5,
By like
and
basically 7 points.
yeah, and so this, and I know when I run my model based off of the power index, it's probably going to say the same thing. You should take Washington. Some things that Baltimore got going for is, let's see, is didn't even share that. You might have to edit that out. um,
Dang, the Ravens ranked 32 in NFL average kickoff returns, 19.8 yards this season. The Commanders ranked tied for first in the NFL in fourth down percentage. And then Commanders are ranked first in the NFL in third down percentage this season. Dang.
So Commanders got -2 because of the conference game and 3 out of 4 games on the road for Washington. But this really is not even considered a. This is not considered a road game. So this actually,
Yeah, this is
this
like
is
right up
right
the
on
street.
the. Yeah. Um,
I'm gonna check bet MGM odds.
so yeah, 6.5 is about 6.5 is about right, but it's still close.
I wonder why they're giving them 6.5.
And tell you, I mean, if you go back to that site, it's 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 here. So you would just take this 5.3 and that's 5.7. So they're saying that on average they expect them to win by 5.3 points. They expect Washington to lose by 4 points, which is interesting because they 4-1. So, but they have played. I guess they saying they played below average team so far.
Which okay.
Um, which is who they play. They play Cleveland, the Giants. Cincinnati's probably their best team.
Yep.
They play Arizona. And who else?
And they played Cleveland.
Yes, say Cleveland, the
They played
Giants,
dysfunctional.
Arizona, and Cincinnati. But it's one more.
Oh, the first game, Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay. That's what they lost to. Tampa Bay. Yeah. So
and they were close in that game.
Yeah, but but they're saying all of those teams are the bottom half of teams. The only team that's in the top half is Bengals, but everybody else they got them in the bottom half. So pretty much that's what they're saying. With Baltimore played Kansas City, Dallas, Buffalo, the Bengals, and Las Vegas. So they only played one team on the bottom half. So that's the discrepancy. You know what I mean? Like that's why they got it at so many points because of the strength of schedule.
So do you think that your template is saying that it's saying the same thing or close to it?
It's gonna say close to it. So if I go to these power rankings here, they got Baltimore FPI at 6, and they got Washington at 1.4. So that difference is about 4.6. So that if you just do that, they saying they got them by 4.6 points. And then when you put in the factors, like the only factor, difference in conference, they saying that that's going to hurt Washington.
Yeah, but the rivalry too, you got to add the rivalry in there.
But it ain't been no rivalry because Washington ain't been good. So,
Yeah, but they're good now.
Yeah. Oh, and then they got Washington. Yeah, but see, that don't count. 3 out of 4 games on the road. They got the same turf, so that's good. That's good for Washington. Distance is not an issue. Time zone not an issue.
What? It says
What?
Washington is 4-3. I mean, Ravens leads the series 4-3.
Oh, okay. Also, it's been closer then.
Yeah.
So that.
So
That must be going way. That's before Lamar Jackson then.
Yeah. It's before Lamar Jackson, but it's been Harbaugh though.
Mm-hmm.
So look at this. So on 10/09/16, 2016, right? Washington won 16-10. Right. In 12/09/2012, Washington won by 31-28.
Mm.
In 10/15/2000, Washington beat Baltimore 10-3. So it's been a real close game. I think they're gonna lose. I really think they're gonna lose, man. I think it's gonna be 16-10, like they have it right here.
Oh, you think it's gonna be low scoring?
No, I think it's gonna be high scoring. So like
You said
I would
16-10.
I would double that. So that what's that?
You talk about the two highest powered, the high power offense. You think it's gonna be 16-10?
It's gonna be 32-20.
Safety Quinn Martin, Noah Brown is questionable. Okay, Eckler is good to go. Eckler and Robinson didn't practice, but
Plus 20. That's yep. It's gonna be 32-20. Washington. I said it now. 32-20 Washington.
all right, I like it. I like it. I mean, let's go with that. Let's go with that.
Are you betting? Are you betting on this?
I'm gonna take Washington.
I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm taking Washington for 6.5.
Yeah, I'm taking Washington to.
So you think we should put it in now, or you gonna wait until you get closer, see if any injuries? Because I think it said you got any injuries? Do you know any injuries right now?
That's what I got on the screen right now. So Noah Brown, he was returned to practice Wednesday, limited. Eckler practiced in a limited fashion Wednesday. Robinson was a non-participant. So that's the significant ones, I believe. So all these people are expected back, though. So that's good. So let's go look at Baltimore. Oh, Marlon Humphrey.
Who injured? Out for the game?
Seen in the walking boot following Sundays. Oh, that's big.
That's definitely
Marlon
big.
Humphrey. Rashad Bateman didn't practice.
Groin.
Yeah. Let's see. All right, the rest of these are older injuries. But yeah, Marlon Humphrey in a walking boot, that's big.
What's one heel? Knee. Oh yeah, that's definitely big. Okay, yeah. I like it, man. 32-20.
All right, well, y'all heard it here. We have looked at the injuries. We looked at the pass. So we're gonna say that's Lamar Jackson. It's been almost 2 years since he lost to an NFC East team. So not an NFC East, an NFC team.
Yeah.
But at the same time, oh my gosh, what am I doing? Washington has a good record against the John Harbaugh and the Ravens. So we're gonna give we're gonna just give 1 point to Washington because of Lamar Jackson. It's gonna be close. Let's see. This is Washington's third out of 4 games on the road, but we're not really
It's not.
counting this as a road game that much.
It's not really a road game.
They got the same field. Uh,
What's the weather? Oh, let me check the weather first. All right, it's supposed to be 77. It's going to be a beautiful, beautiful weekend.
when it comes
Oh,
to the
look at this. Hold up. Look at this, right? So I just said it's going to be 32 to 20, right?
mm-hmm.
That's 52 points, right?
Right.
It's supposed the lowest is supposed to be that day 52 degrees. Booyah! The numbers never lie.
My biggest worry is the O-line D-line matchup. Right now the Ravens are showing a better D-line than our O-line. Let's see. Let me just see one thing real quick. I just want to see the ratings of the O-lines that we have played, of the D-lines that we have played, just to see will this be the hardest defensive line that we have seen all year.
Tampa Bay.
Let's see here. So when we go to D-line, Tampa Bay. Okay, let's see what the average is. We're just going to say below average or above average. So the average is 78. Tampa Bay, 75. Who else we play? New York Giants, 77. Cleveland, 78. That's right at average.
Cleveland
Cleveland,
78 with Myles Garrett.
yeah, but the rest of them are garbage, so they bring the average down.
Okay.
And so that was 3 teams. Who else we play? Keep doing this.
Giants got a good D line.
Yeah, Giants, but still, Giants right at 77. Tampa Bay at 75. Oh, Arizona, 71. Ravens, 83. So this will be the hardest D line that we have seen this year. So that's a factor too.
Let's see how many plays do we do. Yeah, man, I'm looking forward to this. I think it's gonna be a good game. I'm gonna be focused on this game. I'm not gonna, once I make my bets and everything, I'm not looking at my phone. I don't want to see no text from Rodney. That's how you doing.
Yeah, man. So I don't know. It's up in the air, but like you said, I think we've looked at this a bunch of different ways. I think, like you said, I think we being a little bit homer in this situation right here. But if we lean on Washington record with going up BWI, to me that's the factor that the rest of Vegas don't. Vegas and the rest of the US bettors don't know about. So being a homer, knowing all they got to do is go, this is like a home game for us. It's going to be a ton of Washington fans up there. With it being this close, we think that this can come down to be a 3-point game or possibly a win for Washington. It all depends on which version of the Ravens we get. Are they going? What's the one more thing? What's the Ravens schedule? What's going on next week? Is it possible they could look past us like they did with Vegas?
No, I don't think so. Oh, you might be right. You might be right.
Like if they got Pittsburgh or somebody, um, they got the Bucks. Okay, not really a big deal. And we are we gonna buy next week? I think we're gonna buy next week.
But if you look at our schedule,
Oh
you know,
we got the Panthers next week.
when you look at our schedule, we actually have an opportunity to go like 12-5. Because basically our toughest team that we're gonna play, it's gonna be Ravens, of course. I gotta say Titans. And that's it. And Saints. That's all I see. That's maybe Pittsburgh. But everybody else I see is beatable.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's it, man. Let's go ahead and shut it
All right,
down.
everyone. Well, thanks. We'll see y'all later. Good luck on y'all picks. Out.